You thought it was just a game. Think again. You saw the headlines. Fever fold under pressure. Perfect season over. Clark can't save them this time. Most fans closed the tab, shook their heads, and moved on. But what if I told you that loss, that so-called fever flop, might just be the best thing that could have happened to this squad? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. This guy's delusional. How is a loss ever a good thing? Well, stick around, because today we're not just unpacking a box score. We're diving deep into a blueprint, a battle-tested design for what's coming next. And trust me, it's about to get a little scary. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's get into it. The Fever entered the season riding a heat wave. Clark Mania, Boston's breakout, a revamped, veteran, stacked roster. Everyone from ESPN to your cousin's group chat had Indiana as a problem. It felt like a coronation, right? The new queens of the East were ready to rule. Then came the Atlanta Dream. Not as a warm-up, not as a punching bag, but as a serious, well-prepared team. Let's talk about matchups. Brianna Jones, a human wrecking ball in the post. Brittany Griner, 6'9", towering. She's battle-tested. Ryan Howard, cold-blooded sniper who turned the second half on his ear. The Dream didn't show up to play, they showed up to steal. Now, the moment everything fell apart. From the jump, something felt a little off. Indiana looked like a boxer on the wrong rhythm. Misreads, break free throws left and right, one after another, to the tune of 16 of 26. Star vets disappearing when the lights were the brightest. Natasha Howard, 0 for 4 at the charity stripe. Dewana Bonner, 0 points. No, that's not a typo. That's like showing up to a race in a Tesla and the battery's dead. Even with all that, the Fever fought back, down double digits, wobbling, gassed, and still, they had a shot. They clawed back into it like a horror movie villain that just won't die. But you know what? The core four don't flinch. When the storm hit, guess who stood tall? The core four from last season. Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hall. Clark? Lights out ridiculous. We'll talk more about those numbers in a moment. And I promise you, they will melt your mind. Boston dominated. She controlled the paint like it was her living room. Mitchell, 24 points, a gazelle with a flamethrower. Hall, high energy, spark plug, wrecking balls in sneakers. While the new stars sputtered, the OG engines kept the car moving. Now, let's talk about Clark's number. They are getting stupid. Caitlin Clark dropped 27 points, 11 assists. Now listen close. That ties her with Courtney Vandersloot for the most career 20-point, 10-assist games in WNBA history. Vandersloot needed 430 games. Clark, just 42. That's 10 times faster. You want more? Let's make it 25 plus points and 10 plus assists. Clark is in a league of one. More than Ionescu. More than anyone. You add 5 threes on top of that. Clark's, she's done it 4 times. Everyone else in the league combined, 3. We are watching a player who is making the impossible routine. Now, let's talk about the mistakes, the lessons, and adversity. So what do you do with a loss like this? Coach Stephanie White kept it real. Maybe we should have called timeout. Natasha had good looks. Sometimes the ball doesn't drop. No sugarcoating, just the truth from Coach Stephanie White. But the real leadership, that came from Clark. She said, "This stinks, but it's good for us. A little adversity." You see, no excuses, no finger pointing. Just the kind of quote you hear from legends in the making. They get to run it back, though, against the same team in a few days, and Clark's already thinking redemption, already focused on the next move. So, let's hear it. Was this just a bump in the road, or the kind of game that forges champions? Should the Fever have called a timeout at the end? Should Bonner or Howard have stepped up more? Drop your takes in the comments. Smash the like button if you're still riding with Fever Nation. Subscribe. We've got more breakdowns, bold takes, and behind-the-scenes stories coming up. So, why this loss should terrify the league? That's a good question. Let me tell you what scares me the most, and I'm not even on opposing teams. The Fever played bad. They bricked free throws after free throws after free throws. They got 0 from Bonner and Howard. They didn't have Sophie Cunningham, and still they had a chance to win it at the buzzer. They took the lead late in the fourth. That's not a meltdown. That's a message. If this is Indiana at their worst, what happens when they're clicking and firing on all cylinders? Let that simmer for a moment. This wasn't a loss. This was a warning. What's next? Redemption, evolution, domination? Next up, a rematch. Same dream team, different stage, but now the Fever are awake, wounded, focused. Caitlin Clark is putting up numbers that defy logic, and the rest of the squad, they're learning fast. That undefeated season, gone, but a championship run, more alive than ever. The league better still pay attention, because this Indiana team just got stronger. And if this was their floor, their ceiling might not even exist. So what do you think? Will the Fever bounce back against Atlanta? Will Bonner and Howard return to form? And how long before Clark rewrites every record in the book? Because from where I'm standing, I see dead records all around. Let's get the convo going. Hit the comments, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, game breakdowns, and fearless takes. Because the Fever might have lost the game, but they won something even more dangerous. Perspective, fuel, fire, and that's how dynasties are born. I hope you like this song titled Dimes and Bombs. Until next time, keep ballin'.
Caitlin Clark on the mic, haters in the crosshair. They said the Fever cold. Nah, that's a heat check. Big lights, bright stage, logo range. Keep your feet back. We full dream on. Count it down. 3, 2, 1. Boom. That's the sound of the bomb. They don't drop dimes like Clark. Nah. They don't hit bombs like Clark. Nah. 27-11. They never numbers. Looks us. Yeah. They don't drop dimes like Clark. Woo. They don't hit bombs like Clark. Bang. Whole league talking box score, flocking still they can't touch. Logo laced, let it fly. That art kiss the sky, crowd rise. You can hear the critics' confidence die. Said the season's over cause a W slipped away, but y'all forgot the stat sheet, still got something to say. Tie records in 42, Sailor, that ain't a wave. That's tsunami math, Courtney V can't relate. 25 plus 10 plus 5, yeah, I got 4 of those. Rest of y'all combined, 0, case closed. Nat slump, Dana blank, still we kept it in reach. IND, I ride the vibe, teach and dream how to preach. You call it moral victory, I call it muscle memory. Bounce back next, tip to redemption to a ceremony. Brick wall defense, double team, triple check, step through, euro drop dime, keep the ledger in the red. Talk whistle, I talk hustle, refs can't muzzle the muscle. Go ahead, freeze frame the struggle, that frame make the highlight puzzle. They don't drop dimes like Clark, no. They don't hit bombs like Clark. 27-11, they never numbers look sus, look sus. They don't drop dimes like Clark, they don't hit bombs like Clark. Whole league talking box score, flocking still they can't touch, can't touch. Haters chirping thin ice, watch it crack under stats. Your analysis anonymous, my record sign a stamp. Pulling up from Champagne memories, Hawkeye pedigree. Now it's Circle City symphonies. Ring the lumbar spree, Boston on the block. Mitchell with the knock. Lexi bring the spark, crowd rock when it popped. Told him Sophie coming, lineups flex like yoga pose. Stretch the floor, bend the scores, curtains for the foes. You gas, bad assist, records call it boosted, call it myth. But the tape don't glitch, the digits legit, gotta live with it. Difference between talk and torch, I play, you reply. Check made in real time, scoreboard, don't lie. Hey, shout to the stripes, y'all missed out of bounds twice. Still couldn't keep the crown from the queen of court life. Adversity the recipe, haters just spice. Stir the pot, serve it hot, every syllable precise. They don't drop dimes like Clark. They don't hit bombs like Clark. 27-11, they never numbers look sus, yeah. They don't drop dimes like Clark. They don't hit bombs like Clark. Whole league talking box score, flocking still they can't touch, can't touch. Undefeated dream die, cool night may start tonight. Film session in the morning, redemption on the flight. Stamp absurd on the legacy, history in the type. Dimes and bombs, print it bold, run it back on site.